Hello everybody. In our previous lecture, we discussed some examples on how to write a given proposition in symbolic form. Okay. So in this lecture also, we will just discuss one more example. Okay. So let us proceed with this example. Okay. So you just try to read this particular example carefully. Okay. So here see, this is the question. In the question they have given three different proposition. Okay, so first one is this one. It is, I will study discrete structure. Okay, what is proposition and all we have already discussed in our previous session. Okay, so if you have not yet gone through our previous session, then I request you all to please watch our previous session first. Okay, and then proceed with this one. Okay, so here the first proposition, that is I will study discrete structure, is denoted by using a propositional variable p. Okay, then second one is I will go to movie, it is denoted by using q. Okay, and third one is I am in good mood. Okay, it is denoted by using r. Okay, and then what is question? Write above statement in symbolic form. Okay, so in our earlier session also we have already discussed this type of example. Okay, so let us read first statement here. If I am not in a good mood, then I will go to a movie. Okay, we have to write this particular proposition. This is actually a compound proposition. What is compound proposition? We have already discussed in our last session itself. Compound proposition means it is a proposition which contain one or more primary propositions in it. Okay, and these three propositions are what? These three propositions which are denoted by using p, q and r, they are primary proposition. Why they are primary proposition? Or they are also, sometimes they are also called as simple proposition as well. Okay, why they are called as primary or simple proposition? Because see, if we take any of this, then it is not possible for us to divide it into further sub part. Okay, but if we take this statement, then after reading this statement, it is very clear that this statement can be divided into further sub statements. Okay, now we have already discussed this point in our last session. Okay, so let us read this statement once again. If I am not in a good mood, then I will go to a movie. Okay, now in the question, see, I am in good mood is given, it is denoted by using r. So I am in good mood. Okay, so this can be treated as first simple proposition, and then I will go to a movie. Okay, so this can be treated as a second simple proposition. Okay, so here first one, that is if I am not in in a good mood. Actually in the question, r is denoted, r is represented by the statement, that is I am in good mood. Okay, but in the question they have mentioned what? I am not in good mood. So it will be what? It will be negation of r, negation of r. Okay, r is what? R is given like I am in good mood, but in question what is mentioned? I am not in good mood. So that is what? That is negation of r. Okay, and in our previous session we have already discussed. Okay, if then, if and then, this is which proposition? This is conditional proposition. Okay, and see, up to now in all our previous lecture we have discussed a point that conditional proposition is denoted by using this symbol, right? But in some book, for representation of conditional proposition, you may get this symbol as well, this symbol. Okay, either for representation of conditional proposition you can use this one. Okay, otherwise for representation of conditional proposition you can use this symbol as well. Okay, for example, here in this book they have used this symbol for representation of conditional. I hope you all still remember what exactly conditional is. Okay, in case of conditional, what happen? If first input is t and second is f, then output will be f. Okay, otherwise output will be true. Okay, so in this example, for representation of conditional proposition, they have used this symbol. Okay, now come back on this statement. I am not in a good mood. So what I said, it is denote that is what it is, that is negation of R, because R is represented as I am in good mood. Okay, and here see, if and then is there, means its meaning is what, there must have an conditional proposition. So for representation of conditional proposition, here they have used this symbol. Okay, if then is directly given, so that's why conditional. Otherwise you can use this symbol as well, no issue. Okay, negation R. And then I will go to a movie. I will go to a movie is denoted by using what? It is denoted by using Q. So here Q. So here see, they have mentioned answer of first one. Okay, if I am not in a good mood, then I will go to a movie. If then directly given, so here conditional connective, and I am in good mood is mentioned, okay, in the question, but in the given data, here I am in good mood is mentioned, but in the question they have mentioned not in good mood, so that's why here we have taken negation of R. Again, for negation, either you can use this symbol, or sometime for negation you can use this symbol as well. Okay, so I hope you are getting this point. Okay, now let us discuss second question. Second question, I will not go to a movie, and I will study discrete structure. Okay, so in this case, I will go to a movie is mentioned, so it is denoted by using Q, but in question will not go to a movie is there. So again here there is a negation of Q. Okay, and here directly see, in between and is mentioned, so direct keyword is given. So and we know that we can represent and by using this symbol and. Okay, I will study discrete structure. So I will study discrete structure is denoted by using uh, by using letter P. Okay, so here P. I will not go to a movie, and I will study discrete structure. Okay, so here in the answer, this is a printing mistake again. Here there must not have and. Okay, sorry, negation. Don't consider this negation here. Okay, so final answer will be like negation of Q, and I will study discrete structure. So I will, it is denoted by using P. Okay, so answer, final answer will be like this. Now next one, third question, I will go to a movie only if I will not study discrete structure. Only if I will not study discrete structure. Now say here directly keyword is not given, like if then, okay, or if and only if, or and, or. Okay, so here see, this point is important, only if. Now again you just remember, for representation of conditional what I said, either we can use this symbol, or we can use this symbol, and the keyword that we are using for conditional is if then. But it's not the case like we are using only if then keyword for conditional. Try to understand this point. Okay, we are not using only if then. Sometime we can use only if as well, only if, for representation of conditional, for representation of conditional. See, don't get confused here. In our earlier session, we discuss two different types of connectives. Okay, that is, first one is conditional and second one is biconditional. So conditional is denoted by using this symbol. Okay, this symbol. And biconditional, if you remember, we use this symbol. Okay, arrow in both direction. Okay, and the keyword that we use for conditional was if then there. That is a standard keyword. Okay, but it, and standard keyword that we are using for biconditional is if and only if. Okay, Now, see, for biconditional, we are using if and only if. Now, what I am saying, only if we are using for conditional, not for biconditional. There is a difference, okay, between only if and only if, okay. So, only if is used for representation of conditional, and if and only if is used for representation of biconditional, okay. You just clear this particular point, okay. Now, now see, just read this statement once again. I will go to a movie only if I will not study discrete structure. Okay. Now you can adjust this particular statement as per your requirement. Okay. So if this statement, if this entire statement, I pronounce like this: if I will not study discrete structure, then I will go to a movie. I repeat, see, slightly confusing part. This part is at first instance we may find it easy, but when we try to understand the meaning of given compound statement at root level, at that time you may get confused. Okay. Now I just want to revise this particular point once again. Just read this compound statement. I will go to a movie only if I will not study discrete structure. Now one thing is clear, only if we are using for conditional again. Okay, so up to now for conditional, two different keywords we discuss. First one is if then, and second one is only if. Okay, now only if here direct mention means it is very clear that for representation of this compound statement in symbolic form we have to use conditional. Okay, now I am trying to adjust this statement as per my requirement. Okay, if I read this particular statement in this way, see, if I will not study discrete structure means second part I am taking first. Okay, if I will not study discrete structure, then I will go to a movie means second half I am taking first, and then I am taking first half. Okay, so how to represent this? This is how we can represent it. Okay, now see, from the symbol negation of p, what is your p? P is I will study discrete structure, so negation p will become like what? I will not study discrete structure. So where I will not study discrete structure is mentioned, here I will not study discrete structure is mentioned. So if I will not study discrete structure, that is negation P, and here this is actually what, as I said earlier, this is conditional, symbol used for conditional again. Okay, if I will not study discrete structure, then Q is what? I will go to a movie. Then I will go to a movie. Okay, now one thing I just want to clear here is, see, it's not the case like we can write it answer in this way only. Okay, you can write its answer like this as well. You can straightforward taking this, you can straightforward take this particular compound statement without making any adjustment. Okay, so you can read this statement in this way as well: if I will go to a movie, then I will not study discrete structure. What I am saying, if I will go to a movie, then I will not study discrete structure. If this is the case, if I will go to a movie, so how to represent this? I will go to a movie. I will go to a movie is denoted by using what? It is denoted by using Q, right? I will, if I will go to a movie, if then I have to use, so here which logical connective? Conditional logical connective. So this will represent what? If I will go to a movie, then what? I will not study discrete structure. So I will study discrete structure is denoted by using P. So I will not study discrete structure. Okay, so its answer will be like this as well: Q conditional. Okay, here negation P. Okay, so either you can write symbolic form of this third question in this way, where negation P conditional Q. Otherwise how we can write it? Q conditional negation P, both are same. Okay, so the point that I want to convey here is it's not the case like single statement we can write by using only one way. Okay, we can write it by using multiple ways, but while writing it in symbolic form in a various way, we have to take care of one point, that is meaning of the statement must not get changed. Okay, either you can take this part first or you can take this part. I have discussed both possibilities here. Either you can write it in this way or you can write it in this way as well. Okay, now final example: if I will not study discrete structure, then I am not in a good mood. So if then directly given. Okay, so conditional. So if I will not study discrete structure, so I will study discrete structure is denoted by using P. So will not study means that is what it is, negation P. Okay, and if then is there, so in between there must have conditional. Either you can use this symbol or you can use this symbol. Okay, so if I will not study discrete structure, then I am not in a good mood. I am not in a good mood, so that will become what it is, negation of R, straightforward. Okay, so I hope you are getting this point. See, in this lecture we have discussed two additional points. Okay, I can say that is, first one is for if, that is for if then. For conditional, either we can use if then keyword, or we can use only if keyword. This was the first point that we have discussed here. Additional point we have discussed here. Okay, and the second point is conditional we can represent by using this symbol as well. Either you can use this symbol for representation of conditional, otherwise you can use this one. Okay, so that's all for this session. Stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.